Hey everyone, you know that old lawnmower and those old tools just sitting in your garage? Well, call it junk, call it whatever, it's gotta go somewhere. It could go to a landfill, it could go to a junkyard, or it could be turned into art. I'm Mike Price, and this is Mike's Makers.
I am Caleb Anderson. I am from Louisville, Idaho. I do custom metal art.
What are you going to be working on today?
So, I think what we'll do today is I found this old pipe wrench, and I thought we'd make a sandhill crane out of it. So I take old scrap metal and turn it into art pieces. So instead of taking it to the junkyard where it can be refurbished into something, I take it and refurbish it into art.
What's your first step?
So my first step is I find something, whether I can see it or not, sandhill crane, and then I'll do just a quick drawing on the table, like that's the beak. Then we'll do a head, all right, maybe a neck, body. We won't put the feet on there. Do the head, and then I'll kind of look at that, think, yeah, that's pretty good. We'll go with that. So I just take whatever object, flip it around, twist it, turn it, decide how the best it's going to look, and go from there. I see a piece, see a wrench or a sprocket, and my mind just goes crazy with ideas. It's kind of like looking at and staring at the clouds. So I look at metal kind of the same way, and then I've learned how to take that idea from my head and make it out of metal. But if you start with any sculpture, you need a frame like building a house. So I love to use rebar just because it's cheap. It has some texture to it, like legs, like chicken legs. And so rebar right here. So it's cheap, it has some kind of texture to it. And if you screw up, just throw it away and get another piece. So we'll start with that. So we'll start with the frame. See how we're gonna bend things, how we want things.
Oh yeah.
So we'll see how we can take a piece of metal, move it, bend it how we want it. So there we go. So that could be a frame for a neck.
Oh yeah,
See how
absolutely.
that lines up?
Yeah. Yeah, that's
All
great.
right, so now we got a neck. Now we need a body. What can we use for a body? I don't know, maybe a shovel.
Shovel?
Shovel work.
Okay.
Have one somewhere. Here's one. Let's try that.
Okay,
Here's
yeah.
a shovel. So yeah, that'll work.
For the back there.
Look at that. Let's slide that right there. Everybody always has a broken shovel around.
Oh yeah.
Well, that'll work. So I started out doing just little small trinkets. So a nut, a bolt. So you had to use a lot of imagination to figure out what that piece actually was. And it's turned that into a different skill level to where in my mind I can see something and actually build it with my hands. So now it's turned into something beautiful. Okay, now the trick to any art is how you hold things up.
Get it in the right spot.
Get it in the right spot to make it look good. That's the trick for everything. So I think we'll start this way. All right, ready? Helmet down.
Okay.
It's a passion. I started doing it, and it's a passionate hobby. I love doing it. I love making things. I love to where someone can look at my art and their imagination can go wild. And that's what I love about it. So as I do more art, people give me more scrap. So
Right.
I have these, which is for setting foundations.
Uh-huh.
So before they pour the foundation, they put these on the wood to tighten up the wood. Then they pour the foundation in there.
Okay.
Kind of looks like feather.
Could. It could.
What do you think?
I think so.
Does that look like a bunch of feathers if we put them all together?
Yeah. Gives it
Kinda.
a nice, especially you do it out the back there, a nice tail
Do it out
feather.
the back, and then on the top, we'll
Uh-huh.
wrap the belly with them.
It looks nice. It'll look good.
Shouldn't take more than a couple hours. All right, we're gonna put you to work.
Okay.
I got 2 hands. Grab
Yeah,
those
definitely.
welding gloves right there. So learning a new skill, there's a lot of trial and error to it. So it's not like taking 2 pieces of metal and putting it together and just putting a weld in it. So you have to learn how to shape and form metal that doesn't want to bend or shape and form. And so a lot of trial and error, threw a lot of pieces away, and nobody gets to see that. But and I still throw away a lot of pieces. I still try some and it doesn't work, and I toss it aside and try something else. If I think up of something and then I can make that exact replica of what's in my head and turn it out of metal, those are my favorite pieces, because I've thought about it from start to finish and it's turned out exactly the way I wanted it to. Half my art, it's turned out that I've thought about something and I start building, and then it kind of takes a life of its own from mistakes or this looks good or that looks good, and then it turns into something different. Oh, perfect. All right, let's try that. Oh, perfect. Okay, don't move back and forth so much.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Oh yeah,
That looks pretty
Getting
solid.
it?
Yeah.
fantastic. What keeps me going is just the final project. What's it gonna look like when I'm done? So you make a mistake, you get frustrated. Sometimes you have to set things down, walk out of the shop, come back the next day. And then when people see my art, they get excited. They can instantly see what it is. It's instantly recognizable, and that keeps me driving to come back in the shop when it's 30 below in Idaho and I don't want to go outside for the day.
Well, Caleb, unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to be able to stay for the whole thing.
All right.
So you're going to have to show me the photos once it's done, but I really appreciate you letting me come and do this.
Fantastic.
It was good to meet you. How can people get a hold of you if they want to purchase your art?
They can find me on the internet. C. Anderson, QR50
Okay.
I'm on Facebook, Instagram. That's how they can get a hold of me.
Okay, fantastic. Well, again, thank you so much. This has been a pleasure being able to see what you do and being able to turn this into
Something.
something historic. It's going to be amazing.
It's gonna be cool.
Looking forward to it.